Build the dream in FIFA 20, pay less and get more, and use the code TVM at checkout for a bigger discount. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another video. I've decided to review the Player of the Month Thiago Silva card, despite a lot of people hating on this card. I'm not quite sure why. I can't really see a reason to hate on it. An 85 rated team for a 90 rated centre-back, Brazilian as well from the French league. So, you've got some decent link options, high defensive work rate, 6 foot, 3-star weak foot if you're into that sort of thing. A lot of people, I think, will be looking at the pace and saying, oh, it's unusable, but, with the right chem style, you can improve things. So, I'm not here to say, oh, it's great, I'm going to change your mind. I'm here to say, let's give it a fair shot before we judge it entirely. I might agree with you by the end of the video. Attribute details. I mean, that's a great card. Ignore the acceleration and sprint speed for a second. Let's just have a look. 85 short passing for a centre-back is very good. You've got 85 reactions, 89 composure. The ball control, if you're that way inclined, is good as well. Defensive stats, I mean, you're looking at low 90s there, mid 80s for heading and slide tackle, or mid to high 80s for slide tackle. And then the physicals are very good as well. Like stamina, you can get away with 73 for a centre-back, it's not a problem. Strength is quite good. The aggression could be higher. The jumping is great considering he's already 6 foot, so I suppose you do need good jumping. Not that it really matters, because no one ever crosses in this game unless they're doing it for an objective. So, straight away, I'd look at that card and I'd go, do you know what? It's good. On paper, it's good. I have used this extensively in friendlies. I couldn't fit him into my team because on this account I don't really have great players to put around him, and you'll see that in the squad now. You'll see that I'm having to use Gomez and Gomez to give him the links. Well, I'm actually having to use a blue 75 rated player on the left. I've had to put Idrissa Gueye as a CDM, and then I've had to use Watford's goalkeeper just to give him chemistry. I mean, I just don't have, and I don't want to go out and spend money on Kimpembe and stuff, I just don't have a good enough French sort of contingent to put around him, and I don't have any decent Brazilians because I sold them all off because they're actually worth a bit of money right now. So, it is what it is. Now, in terms of a chem style, you are going to have to splurge to make this card quote-unquote usable. You are going to have to use a shadow chem style, which I am going to do. It pained me to do it because probably never going to use this. Oh, look, his face is gone. I'm probably never going to use this card again outside of the review because I don't really play on this account that often, and if I do, it tends to be in friendlies, just testing things out. With that being said, we are going to bump the acceleration by 15. We're going to bump the sprint speed by 10, and that takes both of them to 78. So we are at a solid 78 pace across the board. If we go over to the defensive side of his game, he now has 99 slide tackle, 96 stand tackle, 99 defensive awareness, 88 heading, and 99 interceptions. That turns him into a 92 rated centre-back, points per position. Now, if you're not bothered about the pace and you actually play one drop back, which I know a lot of you do, stop doing it, by the way, it's annoying. But if you do it, then you could get away with a different chem style. You won't necessarily need to use a shadow to boost that acceleration. Just depends on how you particularly play the game with regards to which chem style. With like certain cards, like certain strikers, you have to go with a certain chem style. You can't go with multiple. With this card, it depends on how high you play your line. I've gone with a shadow. That's the team he's in. He's going to be in a 4-1-2-1-2, and hopefully he's going to be quick enough. I mean, I'm going to rely on him heavily in this team because the fullback next to him, not so great. But without any further ado, let's get into the gameplay. This is the first action of Thiago Silva's division rival's career. He got a foot in there and he needed to get it because he was beaten for positioning. Not so much for pace, but just for positioning. But he's tenacious and he managed to just about get his toe on it. And we were lucky there. He might be required again here. I'm not going to take control of him just yet. I'm going to hold on to Idrissa Gueye to see if we can just cut off passing lanes and force a mistake. There is Thiago Silva out from the back. That is 100% my fault on the pass, not him. But we have retained possession. Are we going to test Thiago Silva's pace? I am making sure that he's got enough of an advantage. He gets his foot in there. Joe Gomez actually got in his way then. So he did well to recover and get his foot in. He's good at doing that, isn't he? I mean, that's twice now in the first half. He's managed to just about get his foot in there when needed and stop the ball advancing forward. Thiago Silva has just thrown his body on the line to block that to go up for a corner. Full disclosure, I always fall apart in the second half, whether it be because I'm just bad at the game or the game hates me, I'm not sure. Here he is, plays that ball, drills it into the feet of Giovinco. I've seen that not come off before. Ben Yedder plays it back toward Dimitri Payet, back into Ben Yedder, ball through the middle for Walcott. Well, that's going to be a walk-in, and that's another goal, 2-0. Up next is another guy going after some sort of objective, I'm sure. I don't really know what that objective would be, though. A lot of non-chemistry there. Thiago Silva across. Makes light work of it. To be fair, I wasn't even paying attention. The guy pressed pause from kickoff. I come back, I just yawned. I literally wasn't even looking. And Thiago Silva's got in there, made the challenge. We've got rid of it. We're actually now on the attack. He's intercepted it, so shows how much what I know. Again, Thiago Silva gets a foot in. He's so good at doing that. Like, you think, oh, well, he's not going to get... Oh, no, he has got there. He might be called upon again here. I'm going to try not to, though. Idrissa Gueye coming across. He's going down the Joe Gomez side. Here is Thiago Silva again. Gets in there, gets his foot in. Second challenge. Commits a foul, actually. And my opponent scored. Well, I mean, that's come from absolutely nothing. It's just one of those goals that it's just like, wow, where the hell did that come from? Thiago Silva did well enough for me. I'm not going to blame him for that. To be fair, I don't think I blame any of my defenders for that. It was just one of those shots. I don't know, maybe whoever that is it Kyle Walker? Could have got a bit closer, but nah, not for me. That's a good goal. We're back defending again. There goes. Well, I mean, Thiago Silva has just taken out two players and nearly got the ball. Were it not for this game's terrible mechanics, we would have come away with it then. We should have done, I think. Idrissa Gueye's bombed out, so has Joe Gomez, and now all of a sudden Thiago Silva's by himself. Look at that display of pace and strength. I mean, he caught up with Griezmann there. He held his own, he muscled him off, and he's done fantastically well. And people say that he's not quick enough. We're playing a relatively high line. Ball up for Walcott to chase, who's still got bags of pace to exert. And he goes right through the middle, plays it into the box. Gotta be a goal, it's hit the bar. Well, well, well. I won't insult your intelligence and sit here and be down with the kids and say that he's bad, right? I'm going to give you an honest opinion from my experience. And I don't care what anybody else says because this is how he played for me. He is not a bad card. And the people who are hating on him are only doing it because either he doesn't fit their team and therefore it's pointless, I don't like it, or because it's got 66 pace and therefore too slow. Give him a chem style, bump him up to 78 for acceleration and sprint speed, and then you've got some insane defensive stats, right? You do that, and honestly, you won't get caught in behind as often as you think you will. Now, I play 5 depth, pressure on heavy touch, and not once has he let me down in terms of pace. I've not thought, oh, do you know what, if he was a bit quicker, we wouldn't have conceded that goal. Or if he was better at positioning, we wouldn't have conceded that goal. He's been fine. He's nearly been caught once or twice over the top, but he recovers very, very well. You've seen it in the clips in some of the games I've played in Rivals. He manages to catch up with a Griezmann at one point, bodies him to the floor, takes the ball, and then we go on an attack and we nearly score from it. So there have been several occasions, with or without a chem style actually, that he's been nearly caught, but he's actually recovered very, very well, and he hasn't been caught. So the apprehensions about pace, I mean, I can understand them, because when I looked at it, I thought, yeah, he's gonna feel a bit sluggish. He's gonna feel a bit slow. When you're jockeying, he feels absolutely fine. And when the ball's played over the top, his positioning makes up for a lot of the pace. So I honestly, I don't have a problem with him. I think it's a very nice price point, and he's a very good centre-back. Is he the best I've ever used? No, not by a long chalk, but he's still usable. I still like him. If you've got a Brazilian team and you're looking for a new centre-back, honestly, he fits and he's good. I don't mind him at all. I'd be very interested to know your opinions. If you have used him in particular, what do you think of him? Like, I'm not saying he's great, but I'm not saying he's bad either. Do you know what I mean? If you have enjoyed the review, do me a favour and hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you do. And until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index, the game changed. Download the app now.